At the Mass for the Jubilee of the Sick and the World of Healthcare, Pope Francis greeted and thanked the faithful, appearing in public for the first time since his return from the hospital, where he was being treated for double pneumonia. EWTN Vatican journalist Bénédicte Cedergren has more.
Buona domenica a tutti.
Pope Francis was not scheduled to make any official appearances anytime soon. However, he surprised everyone with his first public outing since leaving the hospital on March 23rd, when he visited St. Peter's Square for the Jubilee of the Sick and Healthcare Workers this Sunday. The Holy Father also received the sacrament of reconciliation in St. Peter's Basilica, spent time in prayer, and then passed through the Holy Door in union with the pilgrims. About 20,000 pilgrims from around the world came to Rome for the 7th major Jubilee event. For 2 days, patients, doctors, nurses, pharmacists, physiotherapists, healthcare personnel, and technicians from 90 countries gathered for moments of prayer, dialogue, and pilgrimage. The event culminated in a Mass in St. Peter's Square presided over by Archbishop Rino Fisichella, who read a homily written by the Pope for the occasion.
Con voi poi, carissimi fratelli e sorelle malati.
I have much in common with you at this time of my life, dear brothers and sisters who are sick. The experience of illness, of weakness, of having to depend on others in so many things, and of needing their support. This is not always easy, but it is a school in which we learn each day to love and to let ourselves be loved.
Different organizations, groups of volunteers, and religious orders also participated in the event. Among them, the Sisters Hospitallers of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, a women's religious order that aims to serve the sick, especially those in need of psychiatric care, suffering from mental illnesses or intellectual disability. In an interview with EWTN, the order's Mother Superior explained their approach to caring for the sick.
For us, the sick are like a theological place where God speaks to us, and where we also speak about God to God, and also to be able to accompany the sick themselves and to know so many lives touched by suffering, but which do not lose that sense and that human sensitivity before. On the contrary, the disease makes you closer, more sensitive, more attentive to the needs of the other.
The Mother Superior also emphasized the significant role of faith in a person's rehabilitation journey, noting how it contributes to their overall healing.
For the patients, the most important thing is the proximity, the listening, the attention, and how they also experience the dimension of faith and spirituality is also enriching in their therapeutic process. Your spiritual experience can also influence the therapeutic rehabilitation and recovery process.
Faith can aid in recovery, but the care of the sick can also serve as a path to salvation, the Pope highlighted in his homily.
Egli ci coinvolge.
The Lord invites us in turn to become angels for one another, messengers of his presence, to the point where the sick bed can become a holy place of salvation and redemption, both for the sick and for those who care for them.
In his Angelus message, Pope Francis also shared that throughout his hospitalization and the past 2 weeks of rest in the Vatican, he perceived this finger of God and its benevolent caress through healthcare workers. He ended his message by asking the Lord that this caress of his love might reach those who suffer and encourage those who care for them. In Rome, Bénédicte, Cedergren, EWTN News Nightly.